Um, okay, so I thought I should do it this way to try to explain stuff best. Even though I may not be too coherent, my talking's weird right now. Um, the idea was just to make you know that look like you know something you want it to look like. Uh, Try to explain a bit better, but that in essence is the simplest uh, bit to it. Um, I guess to begin, um, first thing um, I would do is try to set the background, which since you're dealing with trying to get values where you want them to, starting with a neutral value is um, probably best. Now I don't know like what to say on where it would be color wise. You'd be looking at like the middleist gray, but if you're doing it with if you it's easiest to set this in a CMYK colors and set all the CMY to 0 and the K to 50 because that would be the neutral gray, and just make sure you're like that's your starting back. Um, just do a new layer out of convenience, so that way everything under it is under right below the neutral. Um, so if you do this with just like basic, like I'm doing this in GIMP, and you're probably not going to be working in GIMP, but I imagine the technique is the same in other things you draw with. So like you have a basic brush and you just like you know rough in a thing and just smudge to victory. Um, key I end up using like a lot here is just the invert color. For me, it's X, but I don't know what it would be in another program. But just like uh, that. But there are some programs with a brush setting that lets you uh, smudge while uh, adding value, which can lead to much more subtle effects if you're into that. It's hard to describe, but it is something you'd probably want to play with. Also, I kind of want to say, don't take anything I say as like super correct. Like you might find something, you probably will find something that works way better, and if you do that, just do that. Um, the idea here is basically you want just to achieve um, an end picture, and the means aren't so important. Like doing something that gets you something that looks right helps, but like what you end up with in the end is that what you end up with in the end speaks like for itself basically. Um, a lot of shrinking a brush. I guess I'm not sure how to explain this, but I guess it's easier to answer. Like, if you have questions, like this would have been a better like stream kind of thing. But I don't even know what I'm drawing right now. To like a bit more display on which I'm using as smudge or brush, but you probably can tell. I mean, uh, I would recommend that you end up learning this process a bit better than I do. Usually, you'd want to start from front to back, and I did not do that because I had no idea what I was doing. I just sort of started just futzing around. Um, and where I am now. And yeah, as you saw there, just cover up the mouth that I've done already. Can do it again, but yeah, the idea is if something doesn't look right, you switch it around a bit and then get to marking it again with something else. You can use the hard eraser, but like it's generally better unless you like really need to clean up an area like through here. That's not the eraser. Here to um, but I am also just using really basic brushes here. Um, there are ones that get far better effects for specific things, and hair is a common one for that sort of stuff, and I don't have any super special awesome hair brushes, so I don't have any brushes besides the default in this set, so but I mean, that's really the basic gist of doing this, I suppose. Um, I wish I had a better demonstration on hand, or that I knew how to explain this better. But again, like if I don't know specific concerns, it's difficult to really address them. And if something ends up looking like a naturalist, you can just like either start hardlining some other things to match, or when you have to resort to the nuclear option, smudge it away. Just smudge it out of there. I mean, you could also combine this with doing other layers, you know, cumulatively paint. I know I can think of some professionals who do it that way. It's it definitely helps you, like you can go from a blocky looking thing to like high detailing with separate like layers of effects on top of each other. Like I need a bigger brush for this. Like here's a block. Like here's there's an indented panel on the block. Here's hard line. It's like conic tip. And like just build off of it, like so on and so forth. It's a way some people do. It's a lot better for like landscapes and such, when you have like a lot of area to build off of. Yeah, if I and if I had a full preparation, I would say the idea, I guess, is basically uh, mush it to what you want. Think of it more like sculpting than drawing, I guess. Which I guess can't really say because I've never been able to sculpt. I've tried. It doesn't work for me. I I I guess that's what I have to say on it.